Hearth and Stone, Heart and Home, a collaboration with Soldier Blue and Catherine White. Sitting in the forest glen, touching trees and dreams, the darkness is a blanket, but nothing as warm as when your kisses cover me. The flames of golden light, the azure sighs that glimmer in your eyes, the deep browns and sienna robes that shelter us as the twilight comes creeping in, as the night falls, as I in your embrace. I walk with you into the silver of Grandmother Moon's hallowed face, as we gather the timbers of melody and sacredness, fire and light, and the dead stars that shine and remind us of whom we have been one to another, ever in the eternal dance. You are my heart, and the spirit chase of chance shall see us ever as one, speaking the dulcet tones of ancient words as we did beneath the long ago suns. You and I, remembering these ancient syllabic words of tongues, beyond logic and mind, hearts that walk in eternal knowing, into the celestial breeze of star lanes where there is no time. You are there as I, and I am the echo of your song, one which was born with me time beyond time when we first knew we were the beloveds and we watched the first fires of our sacred loving dawn.
In those moments, the trees, rooted and reaching for night skies, canopy us, and silent whisper our spirit names, as your hands, smooth, run down the curves of my side, and I am no longer veiled from your eyes. There is no moment that the well springs of my love are withheld from your sacred touch. Wherever you turn to feel the circle of fire under the dark of night, I will find you, quintessential, my love tenderly living only for you, always, always. Logic and mind simply arrows shot for the lilting caress of forevers that live in starlit, having waited eternities for this moment of reconciliation. Time could not preclude the touch of your lips, your spirit upon this countenance, carved in images of eons, to fit only you, always you. Such memories, only hidden for a moment, return as we sink into your breath, your heartbeat that counts, my raison d'etre, for eternal return to purpose. Within the proximity of such transformations, this shifts to heart, a doorway through which you are the passage. Now dreams are the realities I see in your eyes, and I acquiesce to you. Twilight will find you, quintessential, my love, tenderly living only for you, covering another moment of sweetness within your embrace.
Into the paths between the ageless oaks and the porticoed courts and cut smooth stones, the ruins of cities we once walked, the coals of the bronze braziers warming the hours spent in the pour of thought and soft touch, the glazier of my fingers pressing memory from sensory as I smell your sweet musk, as I feel the strands of your velvet casements of moment, knowing nothing will ever compare to the raiments of our spirits as we walk across the shores of ancient ocean with the only light we should ever need. The candle's width of bright that our souls cast, one upon the other, your breath the sweet of my life, the eternal quest to hear the slow rise and fall of you laid against me in the patterns of the nights that follow the days, as the portals rise in profile as we touch again the smooth inner curves we have made. Having been here before, we leave another set of blown handprints to measure another moment against when we were first born. And the countless seas of azure we have sailed in epochs of all the journeys we have known. Beneath the flight of ocean travelers, the osprey and the gulls, the missives of spirit touch, the oracles of old crows, as we feed the ashes the lengths of our previous meetings, the memories in the marrows of those bones. Yea, we walk again the sacred hills, we sit again neath the bowers of the elms and aspens ensconced upon the slopes of the sweetgrass escarpments, gathering our sacredness, as we steep each other in the poultice of healing arts all else have forgot, yet not we. No, my heart, not we. We whom have seen much sorrow, heartache, and toil, now in the creep of twilight do we see again, in this eternal step of dance and return, our sacred entwining, the life returned of our joy, fire and light, the twins of our ageless joy.
In that mirror of reflection, outward, outpouring, an ecstatic, absolute abandon to each movement, each encounter holy, I braid the sinew into your hair, and sacred beads into my own. We lay the foundation stones within and without, that circle of prayer to which we return, those healing, flavoring, sacred substances, collected, blessed, that ameliorate the wounds of time. Those moments when the physical plane denied access to that, your healing touch, the graze of your fingertips upon my forehead, now seeing that sacred topography from all perspectives upon the landscape of your countenance. I weave chains of daisies, a trail to our night chambers, to breathe your breath, the intermingling of our souls upon such sacred altar, where we wander, few can follow. As sacred stones swirl to revelation, we gaze knowing the communiques are for us in mystic, upon the dawning of this individuation now nourished by spirit and water, bathed in that light that reflects all that is sacred passed between us, through us, we move forward in sacred steps.
The ley lines of our sacred paths, too sharp, too individuated for others to easily follow. We have seen this too many times. Softened ones think to slink along our back trails, tried to buy tripe, to somehow introduce confusion, and only in the end adding to their scars of smoke and mirrors as they trip and fall into the bowels of their pettiness, the gray moulderings of scheme, yea, we rise to float above the jade-greened waters of the cenotes, where we have lain ourselves as sacrifices one for the other, and the lights that never dim, we raise the ivories of honey-waxen candles, and take our repast neath the olive shades of trees that have no names in this presented age, where we have found each other as we always have. The sky is clean, our lives sown with the seams of turquoise and silver, that the divine poise in constant care above us, we their vessels of repose, as we walk with their blessings upon our lips, and that we taste upon each other's lips. The psalms never ending, the songs a constant motion, a surge of tide in the tides of life and sacred love, as we ever lay upon the altar, as I lay in wreaths at your feet, as I place behind your head with a garland of sovereign dreams. I will ever walk with you, my heart. The ties have tied in and of themselves, that none can break, woven, straight, tight, line upon linen line, and we will live in the builded sanctuary of the hallowed song-woven groves of the sacred, the trees of earthen days now become unknown, yea, those who stand praying with whom we dance, for the blessing of all beings. I see their essence of spirit dancing in your skin, your epidermal robes that shine in the mist beyond midnight, as I caress you with mine eyes, as you sleep deep within my arms, so that I too can hear the pulse of our heart, forever encapsulated in the wealth of your being, the beauty of you that I see upon this legendless page of our eternal dance. We two, we as one, you who are the breadth of me, I as spirit, you as soul, we as we two can ever know the depths we have plumbed, the essence of being immortal in the lives we have walked, and one to the other was known. And I look as with that eternal longing, as spirit unto my soul, and I say with all sacred love, it is you, my heart, it is you that I know. The dance continues, heart, pulse, spirit, and soul, capsulated in the shadows yet never captured, as we dance among the fires and lights of circles and sacred feathers, dreaming stones, upon our way, between the storied stelae monoliths walking each other home, sacred in our involvement, whole as we have ever been, in the one where we each make ourselves at home, resting as we do one within the other, yea, spirit dream, soul bright, we walk as one upon our way, upon the ghost road.
Malleable and ever flowing onward, dancing, now a sacred choreography is the lawful unfolding of each step, overseen by those in and out of flesh. Yea, within your arms sleep, so sweet, all those dreams which were so long waited, now replete. I gaze upon the silhouette, that which in grace came to my ancient memory now, sustained such truths, no longer reveries. It is that profile which is graceful beyond anything tangible. Within you, by your side, a freedom dance, as we take flight upon spirit wings, confluent. Again I trace your lips, remembering. Yea, such longing now no more. I am enfolded into you, where all things converge, a river sacred of living love.
As we walk the plains, remnants of fallen seas, as I bask in the sweated salts of lovers, as the beloveds we are in the eternal, the storms break to right and left, and we are left with mist of softened rains falling against us from the inside. I see what has been shed from me in the grace of the mirror of the divine, that blessing of divinity of you that has become me, as we walk within dreams in the spirals that they have been seated with, as we step sacred in the steps left us by deities. The sacred love encountered has yet to reach the apex of our eternal, made and remade beings, fire and light, skies and the silk of twilight. We walk into the songs of our nights and dance beyond all shadows and dark, as we are one and of one heart, and so cannot be undone. For where there is fire and light, there can be no dark. Yea, into the east we rise with the sun, and the twining taste of each other upon each other's tongue, and we give full glory to the sacredness of renewed, re-known sacred love. We wake without residue of regret, and make over our vows of absolute, and treat with one another what we once knew of youth, and send our prayers unceasing through the ventless skies, a ripple thread of grace and love, the twins of our service to others and each other, without end, without signets of finite breath, the colors unyielding and life never spent. We walk in the days and velvet of nights without hesitation, filled within as without with spirit strength and the essence of guided soul. You who are the only one, the one I will ever know, as we walk in joy unto the paths that lead us in all ways, yea, always, unto our home. Yea, as we walk our way there, with streams of dreaming trailing in vapors from our connectivity and sentient skin, unto hearth and home, you and I upon the ghost road.